5:17, so I didn't set an alarm yesterday, and I woke up at 5:15 now. The first night I do a time lapse, I fall over in the bed, and I guess this is a learning that makes sense. Rolled over, but at least we got it on camera. Let's pre-workout. Hydration pack, we're trying these out. This mask stays on for 3 minutes. We'll check out the Daily Stoic while we're waiting. Plato's View. There's a beautiful dialogue called Icaromenippus, an aerial expedition by the poet Lucian, in which the narrator is given the ability to fly. I think there is a point you should maximize the time on Earth when you're here. But at the same time, if you're stressed about anything, if you zoom out to that view, you realize we're all ants effectively. It is now 5:27. Bag's ready to go. Workout today. What I'll do is I'll hop on the stair stepper and just climb until I get a sweat going. Then I'll do a little upper body activation so I can get my shoulders warmed up. Then we're gonna superset shoulders, biceps, and triceps. After that, a little more cardio so we can finish off the Eiffel Tower climb. So, heading in to the Knox. I will see you after. It's now 7:20, so that includes my workout. I showered, I got ready. I sat in the steam room for 20 minutes, did a little meditation. You might say, wait, that's almost 2 hours of your day right there. You could have just woken up and, I don't know, started working or anything. This is how I am able to sustain and have the stamina to work consistent 12-hour days if needed. So that's what a lot of people don't realize. It's not that, you could just work more if you didn't do this. No, I'm able to work more because I do this. That's something I would just challenge you to think is, if you think you're too tired to exercise, maybe it's you're tired because you're not exercising. Think about that. All right, good morning, Riggs. It's the same fit, surprise. Let's check out the count. After week 1, our total is 299. That means we're gonna be in here for 3 weeks and 3 days. So it looks like it starts Monday, it peaks into Wednesday, then it actually went down. Okay, now we're gonna be adding a new part to the challenge too. We're gonna also start doing push-ups for the number of LLCs that were formed the previous day. So 18 push-ups. 18. I have heads down time until 10 a.m. and then one of the investors from HubSpot is coming to visit at 10 a.m. So I have 2.5 hours of heads down time. We're gonna plug this in, we're gonna upload some footage, and then we're gonna get to work. So I'll see you at 10 a.m. We're likely gonna grab coffee and walk and talk. I'm gonna pick Madison Square Park. So we're gonna catch up then and then head back into the office for the beginning of week sync I have. Then we go into the Roomba, which is our all hands. Then I have a bunch of 15-minute catch-ups with Dooleans, which are members of our team. So I will see you after the coffee chat. This is my favorite park in New York. Okay, that was an awesome catch up with one of our investors from HubSpot Ventures. We also got a little Gregory's small black iced coffee. This is an investor from HubSpot Ventures. They've been awesome to work with. And we're just thinking about ways that we could help Doola drive more people to HubSpot, and also vice versa, how HubSpot can drive to Doola. So see you in time-lapse mode soon. Okay, what a day. Wrapped up meetings. One of our investors is Hustle Fund, and I'm heading to a portfolio dinner that they are hosting. And I'm running a bit behind schedule. I didn't realize the event was in Brooklyn. That was actually poor planning on my part. I thought it was just somewhere in the city I could city bike to, but it is in Brooklyn, so it's 30 minutes away. I'm gonna now head down, take the train, and we're gonna head to the dinner. So we're gonna take a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and we're gonna bike across the bridge into Brooklyn. I maybe should have brought a hoodie, but too late. We're heading to Brooklyn. We actually have a helmet in the office. I should have grabbed that. Wow. I think I was just biking that entire way without filming. That, my friends, is embarrassing. And now that means I'm biking back. So I'm on my way to the Hustle Fund portfolio dinner. Before we get in, I want to give some context on Hustle Fund. They were actually one of our first investors. They've been incredible. A compliment I've given them is they make you feel like you are the only company in their portfolio, when in reality they have hundreds. And I have an incredible VA in the team, and he also just gave them, while I was biking, I just dropped a quick voice note saying, hey, could you let them know I'm running a little bit late? And then also just shooting them an email. He has access to my inbox. So I just said, hey, can you shoot an email from my inbox saying, hey, I'm running a few minutes late to the host too. So if you are running a business, one of the most high leverage things you can do, and I wish I did this way earlier, is hiring a strong virtual assistant / executive assistant / I think of them as an executive partner. We have the CEO's office, and it's incredibly high leverage. At the event, this is what I put on my name tag.
Doola.com LLCs. Immediate post-event recap. I actually sat next to two of the sponsors of the events, and I asked them a couple questions around how they decide what events to sponsor. I'm guessing eventually it's just it's a form of ROI for them. If someone banks with them and they're a long-term customer, they're gonna get your basis points on cash deposited, maybe other consulting services, and then the advisors, I guess they get a cut of assets under management. So for us, when we sponsor events, we just started, but we're seeing good signs. When we sponsor, we're able to see attribution and direct revenue. Now, it usually doesn't come in immediately, and that's hard to track, but for us, we've seen success at these Amazon, Shopify type conferences because there's existing businesses there, which makes it a really good fit for bookkeeping and tax. And then sponsoring or partnering with the influencers on the direct-to-consumer side. And we call them consumers again because technically they are starting an LLC, so they're a consumer. And then once they start the LLC, they're a B or a business. Now, another question that came up is, they were asking me like, hey, are you going to other events? And how do you know what events to go to? You could, if you wanted to, go to events every single night of the week in New York. And the truth is, if you're going to events every night, I don't think you're spending as much time as you should be just building the business. If it's a high signal event, then you can learn a lot being around other founders. So I try to, at least once a month, go to an event like this. Now, they asked me how I decide. I've just found that dinners are much higher quality or signal versus going to a just broader based networking event. And I'll tell you why. I think ultimately it comes down to, at a dinner, someone has gone through and curated who's coming. So they've done a filter of curation. Now, if they're curating incorrectly, obviously you're dependent on them, but the fact that there's less, I think it's more. Less is more here, and they've curated. And it's also a more intimate setting. You're sitting next to someone talking. Versus at a just broader networking event, you're walking around, just talking to people. It's a bit more spray and pray. So yeah, I try to go to at least one of these dinners per month. And thankfully, this was hosted by one of our investors, Hustle Fund. I went to a previous one by one of our banks. So those events are organized by them. And I try to go at least once a month to get out of the office, get out of your head, if you will, and meet other founders. You learn. We got the Manhattan skyline on that side, a little bit of golden hour coming in. What a time to be alive. Look at that skyline. Okay, we are back in Manhattan. Climbing gym. Oh, that's cool architecture. Okay, I don't know, I thought that was a pretty epic ride. And now I'm gonna head to the gym, so I'll see you on the other side. Boom. There you go. It is 5-year journal o'clock. That is insane. Sometimes I feel like the universe is looking for you, or looking out for you. The exact days I started this, we had our all-time high. New formations formed. Wild. I don't know, man. I do think if you go after what you want with 100% energy, you get 1,000% back. Someone responded saying, hey, why do you want to, in the push-ups I said live to 100, why do you want to live to 100? And I said, I want to live to 100 because I think time's the biggest limiting factor, and there's so much I want to do. But that's lifespan. Health span is the quality of your life as you age. And I think too many people automatically associate the two together. And what I mean by that is saying, oh, I don't want to live till I'm 100 because a wheelchair or something and my life would suck then. That's a limiting belief in my opinion, because you can do things to increase the quality of your life as you age. Stretching, sleeping well, watching your diet, exercising, but you can push out the curve, meaning quality of life diminishes at an older age versus younger. So I think it's a limiting belief to say, oh, my health span and lifespan are tied together. No, you can push out the curve on your health span. Night 2 of time lapse. So this time I learned my lesson. Don't lean too far over to the left. Morning. We did not fall off the futon tonight. Sometimes I just wake up and start the day, so it's one of these days. I'm just gonna start getting some work done before I go to the gym because I'm up. We'll head to the gym at 5:30, but I'll just get a little head start on my day right now. A little Claritin for the allergies, and I'll remember to take it this morning. Yeah, I don't know the science behind this, but just reading this in the morning makes me more energized to get started in the morning. So this was recommended through a podcast. The podcast recommended the book. It said in the book, write this down, and here we are, trying it out. That's nice. Now it's time for LLC check. The count is, drumroll please, 36. Okay, so slightly behind Monday of last week, but again, this is where we're gonna start to see trends. The count is now at 235. That means remaining, we have 665. And that also means we have 36 push-ups coming in to start the day. So we're gonna have to put the official push-up song on. Okay, it is 4:02. I'm just gonna work and then we're gonna head to the gym. So we'll go into time lapse mode and I'll see you in a little bit. that was a good start to the day so far.
I set up a new tracker for the executive partner team so we can better track tasks and I can just better prioritize. I actually called it the Arjun Eisenhower matrix. I had this in my personal task, but this is part of my initiative to move it out of private into public with the executive partner team. I woke up hungry, but now I'm not that hungry. I guess it's the coffee. So I'm just gonna have one of these hydration packs. I'm just gonna do some zone 2 cardio today. Zone 2 means I'll keep my heart rate sub 130. That's a safe zone 2, and a qualitative way to measure zone 2 is if you can either do 2 things. Maintain a conversation. I think an easier way to do it is if you breathe through your nose. It's easy to breathe through your nose. If you start breathing through your mouth, you're out of zone 2. We'll do one of these. We'll do the black polo. I'd been taking notes even this weekend when I was doing my hour of clarity. I was thinking a lot about, for the company and even for partnerships motion, what are the most important things? And I actually just started drafting out what the key rocks would be for the company and even for partnerships too. And I think ultimately it comes down to, for our business, we have something that's working. We need more leads. Something we talk about a lot on marketing is it's not just about impressions, it's about leads. So we've had content we've put out that's gotten, or blog posts we've put out that's gotten visitors to the website, but hasn't translated to conversions, meaning they were impressions effectively, not leads. A lead is someone who maybe they have low intent to buy, but at some point they're actually interested, or ideally they're high intent, ready to go. Glorious, glorious workout. We hit a little zone 2 Eiffel Tower, did about 125 floors. Eiffel Tower's 100 floors. Before I head to Gregory's, I'm gonna check, I have a couple cards to write. And this note was small thank you, but we saw a blog post about the best Shopify bookkeeping tools. Doola wasn't mentioned in it. The company, Brex, wrote the blog post. We use Brex. I pinged someone at Brex saying, hey, we'd love to see if we can get included here. Could you help connect us? They said, sure, send me an email. And they offered to pass a note along, so I'm writing a quick thank you note just to thank them for that. Very small thing, this took 15 seconds, but they're taking the time out of their day to do it, so I've just found it feels good to, again, be grateful and say thanks for more things, so that selfishly feels good. And with that, let's head over to Gregory's coffee shop. Definitely a cold brew day. I am pretty tired, so I'm gonna prep for sleep. I'm gonna actually make my bed before I go to dinner so that as soon as I come back, I can just lie down. I really don't like being late. It's something I'm trying to improve, so I'm heading to the restaurant, The Smith, 40 minutes early. I don't drink alcohol, so here's my peppermint tea with honey. That was an awesome dinner. It's funny, sometimes you are tired and then a conversation can just energize you. Incredibly candid investor who was also an operator and just very candidly shared that he's been on both sides as a founder and he shared his perspective now that he's an investor too. So it was just really refreshing. Welcome home. And it is time for the 5-minute journal. This is actually really nice. My bed's already made by the time I came back. I think the stat is if you get 6 hours of sleep 3 nights in a row, you have the same level of cohesion as someone who is legally drunk. And I don't want that, especially the week of our offsite. So I set my alarm for 8 a.m. tomorrow. We're gonna see if I can quote unquote sleep in. That's giving me 10 hours of sleep. Let's finish off with the 5-year journal. Win from today. See you tomorrow morning. Let's do that. Wow, we slept for 9.5 hours. Make my bed, wash my face, and let's check the LLC count. 31 LLCs, 366, which takes us down to 634. Okay, time for some push-ups. 31, start off the day. Quick hydrate, quick pre-workout, then we're gonna hit the gym. You know the routine. You know the routine right at this point. Match time and daily stoic time. I am full of energy, and I'm not reading this one out loud to you yet. This one's a secret. Okay, mask off, time to hit the gym. We really gotta fix that doorknob. I already did some push-ups this morning, so that's already one example of warming up the upper body. Then we're gonna activate the shoulders, do a little stir stepper till we're sweating like Kevin Garnett. Hit some chest and back, so you have to work out, let's do it. I didn't have time for the full workout, so I didn't do a full chest and back workout, but I still hit some chest and back, some push-ups and rows. And then I climbed the Eiffel Tower. There are 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and Eiffel Towering. I will Eiffel Tower every single day. That's 100 floors. I Eiffel Towered today. Today is no meeting Wednesday, so I have no meetings until lunchtime at 1:30. We'll see you at lunch. We are at the local Suniac Fancy Foods for lunch. This is the Goat Bodega in New York. We also sashimi salad.
Okay, we just finished up a final round in-person power hour, and now I'm about to record a 2-minute video ad for the newsletter launch. Now going to fix this video setup and update the RGB lights in the background. It is an absolutely gilded day in Madison Square Park. Look at the Shake Shack. Look at that. This is peak New York. Peak New York. We got a table locked down. Got some folks visiting. About to do a little team dinner to end up the day. Boom. Quick team selfie, Madison Square Park. Extremely high leverage day. We have all of leadership in New York, and we're coming together to think about our rocks for next quarter. The whole premise is based on the fact that we did our annual planning, everyone's aligned and energized, and then slowly every 90 days everyone can kind of drift. And it's humans is what happens. So it's a great reset to calibrate and make sure that everyone's aligned going into the second half of the year, Q3. I'll see you before bedtime. Time to make my bed, 5-year journal, retainer in, and go to sleep. Lights out. I'll see you tomorrow. 5:08 a.m. You know the rules. Make bed. Mask on. How can we escape this agony? Fool, don't you have hands? Or could it be God forgot to give you a LLC count? Today's count is 30. 6:04 to go. Daily Stoic pre-workout. Hydrate, honey, salt, espresso, and we got some Claritin for allergies. My plan now is I'm gonna make a protein shake. I'm then gonna finalize the documents that I wanna print for our Zero Device Leadership Quarterly Pulse offsite today. That's 10:30 to 6:30 a.m. No devices, full focus working on the business, not in the business. I will bike down to Soho, but before we get there, we booked out a space for the offsite. I'm gonna swing by UPS to print all of the documents that are needed. I'm gonna pack my bag, gotta bring my laptop, gotta bring a speaker, and then we're gonna head down to Starbucks for a pre-quarterly Pulse coffee plus breakfast. Let's do it. We are back in the office. That was an incredible day. We went from, I took everyone's phones at 10:30, we put them in a bag, no phones during lunch too. I taught everyone about attention residue, which is if you look at your phone or look at something else, it lingers in your mind. So we went no phones, 10:30, we actually went till 7 p.m. to finish up rock planning by department. We then walked over to the Golden Unicorn for a dim sum dinner. And then I told people I was going to drop some stuff up at the office, AKA the home. Now it is 9:35. I'm gonna go to the gym, my actual second home, and wash my face, brush my teeth, and then head back to get to bed. Okay, I'll see you soon. Truly an incredible day. First quarterly pulse in the books, such a high leverage meeting, and win for the day. Retainers in, and I'll see you tomorrow. 5:47. We slept in a tiny bit, so we are going to get out the door by 6 and 12 minutes. The count is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, LLCs and C Corps, Johns and Johns, circles and squares, 25. Let's see if we can do futon push-ups. 25 coming in. And 1. Think of those who, not by fault. Okay, time for pre-workout. Speed pre-workout. There we go. Not bad. 6 a.m. Time to work out. I will see you back in an hour and a half. Okay, 8 a.m. We have a packed day today. And let me run through my calendar for today. First off, I got some cards to write. Then I'm gonna prep for some upcoming meetings. I need to shift a few meetings because a call came up at 9:30 with one of our investors. Then I have a one-on-one with our head of marketing. We then have our weekly 90-minute pulse meeting on Fridays where we're gonna follow up on rocks, AKA objectives and key results from yesterday. Then we have a team lunch. We're gonna go to Kava. Then I have a sync with our head of finance. I then have an afternoon one-on-one with our head of ops. And then I have an afternoon one-on-one with our head of product. And then we are going to hit Barcade, which is actually we're gonna do 2 things. We're gonna hit billiards first because there's a boxing bag challenge that we're gonna have the whole team do. Then we're gonna hit Barcade for some Pac-Man, Tetris, all those games. So without further ado, let's do it. We're gonna go time-lapse mode. We got a packed day, and it is SEX2, which is Brazilian slang, SEXTOUO for it's Friday, let's go. Although again, every day of the week should be like Friday. What a day. 8:54 p.m., which gives me officially 6 minutes to head into the second home. It is my second Friday night in the office. Time to get ready for bed with me. We are going to pack my bag. It's summer, so we got the blue with the Levain Bakery hat. Professional on the bottom, summer on the top. And my bag is set for tomorrow. Okay, first we're gonna make my bed. Very nice. Okay. 5-Year Journal is brought to you by Doola, your one-stop shop, your one business in a box. Tonight, we are not setting an alarm. I know I have a bit of a sleep debt, so we will sleep until we wake up. Last weekend, I believe, I slept till 7:30, so we're gonna see if I sleep in again on a Friday in the office. Okay, good morning. I'm not gonna make my bed because no one's coming in today, so I'm just gonna keep it up. Then we are going to do the usual. Today we got a workout, bouldering, yoga day. Let's do it. On Thursday, we did 32, not 25. So that's 7 extra, 18 on Friday. We have 2 more days in this week. So we will see if we get to 500 or about 500, but it's looking like we are gonna finish based on this run rate in about 4 to 5 weeks. We do push-ups every day for the count. I am your father. And today, for the Daily Stoic, finding the right mentors. In the morning or whenever, if you just mentally have to think, oh, I have to open 4 bottles and reach in and take them, you're less likely to do it. So, what I bought is this 28 days right here. But all I have to do now is just pop in the pill so that in the morning, I just open it up, grab it, pop it in my mouth and take a drink. So I think of this as an example of loading the gun. If you ever find something which you're trying to do but it's hard, just think, how can I better load the gun? Because when you're motivated and fired up to do something, it's easy to do it. You have motivation, but then when that goes away, which it goes away for everything, you need to just stack the deck in every single way to ensure that you can continue with probably a habit or something that you want to do. The opposite of loading the gun is get it out of your house completely. That way it's not there. It's not easy to access. So it goes both ways. You can load the gun or you can empty the chamber. Fully ready to go. 28 days, ready to go. I'm gonna go through inboxes, messages, set my priorities. Okay, let's get laundry, then we're good to go. For drop off for wash and fold. There is a city bike spot right up here by the Whole Foods. I'm gonna hop in there, grab the bike, and we're gonna head down to the rock climbing gym to get my inner Alex Honnold on. All right, a little rock climbing, a little weights, and a little stretch. Awesome day, a little rock climbing, a little stair stepper, a little stretch action, fantastic Mexican lunch. Now it's a sunny day here in New York. We are going to take a Blue Eyes White Dragon, AKA an electric city bike, across the Brooklyn Bridge to head deep into Brooklyn, not really, to Park Slope for one of my friends from college is birthday party. It's at a billiards pool hall, so there'll be a little billiards, a little group tournament. Sports bar and gorilla for some billiards. The event starts at 7. I got here at 5:20 because I want to just chill, and I'm gonna obviously get some practice reps in because we got a tournament. So I'm here to chill. This will be a good way to just do a bit of meditative pool. I'm gonna get some reps in so we can win the tournament. Manifesting we're gonna win. I got a little hungry and I don't want to eat, that billiards place. The food wasn't the healthiest, so I'm gonna find a place nearby, get some fuel before the pool. Oh my. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, here we go, Turkish grill. This sounds good. There we go. This looks like it's gonna have just some meat. Oh yeah.
I love that house, bro. I just got mine.
Quality's so nice.
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You have a blog?
Yeah, YouTube channel.
YouTube channel?
Yeah.
What's your YouTube? I'll follow you.
Oh, thanks, man. It's CEO.Arjun Mahadevan. Do you have one too?
No.
Not yet?
No, not yet, man.
Thank you very much. Well, should I say perfect timing? It just started to rain. So let's head back up to billiards. We're coming back, and a couple things. We were 4-1 on the table tonight. The only game we lost. Phenomenal black ball shot by Wolf. So yeah, the practice paid off. Okay, hold on, I'm just gonna show this to you. The manager told me someone named Arjun was here warming up on the table earlier. I emoji. He's a doer. I know there will be a LinkedIn post coming up about showing up prepared, laugh emoji. So honestly, the group chat was spot on there. Preparation paid off. I'd probably say I was one of the top players there tonight. I am pretty tired. But here's what I'll say. Do I usually sleep before this time? Yes. Even on the weekends, usually, yes. But that doesn't mean I do it all the time. I do think there's a balance between, you know, the same routine, etc. every single day with, hey, life happens too. And tonight, this was fun. I was there, friend's birthday party, saw a bunch of people I hadn't seen in a while, got to play some billiards, brushed up on my skills. So I'm working a full day tomorrow. That's my plan. I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna work out, do my hour of clarity, then work all day. I'm gonna do a full day tomorrow. And I'm able to plan that and know, hey, here's the work I wanna get done. If this event was Sunday, let's say all of this I knew was happening Sunday, I would have worked today. So I could have gotten things done. Okay, welcome back. Okay, there we go. Now it's time for the 5-year journal. My guess is I will wake up sometime between 8 and 9, but we'll see. I'll see you tomorrow.
It is 8:32 a.m. I woke up at 8:30. I predicted it. I said I'd wake up between 8:30 and 9. So I'm gonna go wash my face and make some coffee and we're gonna hit the count. The count is 21, which takes us to 467 and we got 533.
So 21 push-ups for the count.
2, 1.
Okay, quit fit check. I'm gonna hit the gym, little steps, little stretch, little steam, and then I'll LLC you after. I have some time now to run some errands before my call at 12 p.m. with a candidate who we're gonna extend an offer to. So we're gonna head to the local fairway right here. Thank you. I'm gonna go for laundry all in one haul. We got a lot of bags, but what I'm thinking is I'm just gonna put the bags in the laundry bag and just carry the hamper. Get it all done in one go. And it is 11:27, so I got time. I wanna get on my laptop 15 minutes before my call, just to have my station prepared with the docs I wanna share. This one for pickup, please. Thank you very much. I may have my work cut out for myself here, so. Let's go. Actually, okay, here's the lesson. I should have done all of that before my workout, in my workout clothes. Yeah, a little bit of a sweater. Yeah, we're gonna make a quick mango shake, and then when we come back, we're gonna do we'll try the creamy in the afternoon. Wow, win for the day. Mango shake, delicious. I'm gonna now go prep for my call in 10 minutes, and after, we are going to grab my notebook and find a place to go write for an hour. Let's do it. Every hire should feel this way because there should be a very clear scorecard and need documented in the company. But it's so fun when you can imagine the right person coming into a role in the company and boom, right away, everything just starts working because you know exactly what the need is. They know they can solve that need. You put those two things together and they're able to have an impact immediately. Gonna acquire more customers, increase LTV or decrease risk in the company, which means happier customers are a better company. And then everyone grows. If the company grows, they grow, the company grows. So exciting. Let's go find a coffee shop for the hour of clarity. So here's the fit. Boom, Chelsea boots, boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna go through my hour-long set of questions. This is my weekly hour of clarity. That list includes exercise, the hour of clarity, a great meal, laughing with friends, a great family experience together, type 2 fun, which is something which isn't fun in the moment, but is fun after. Yeah, that's the list. So it's 2:48 p.m. now, but I can get a solid at least 4 hours of work in now. Okay, and we do have to do a camera upload, so I'm gonna plug this in, upload. I'll see you in a couple hours. Now I've headed into the recording room. I'm batch recording a couple videos for Doola University. So we got the Blue Yeti mic, we got the prompter in the background with notes, and then I got this nice backlit word panel screen right here. And then the video gets sent in for editing. So systems are greater than goals. This is our process for putting out quality content. Okay, it is 8:41 p.m. Just went through my priorities for the day, and officially it is shut down complete. New speed test for making the bed. Ready, set, go. Whew, 12 seconds. We'll take it. Not the prettiest bed, but it's made. It's time for the 5-year journal. 2 weeks into the challenge, and dare I say, we're just getting started. Let's do it.